I started my professional activity as a neurologist, trying to bring relief to my neurotic patients. Under the influence of an older friend and by my own efforts, I discovered some important new facts about the unconscious in psychic life, the role of instinctual urges, and so on. Out of these findings grew a new science, psychoanalysis, a part of psychology, as a new method of treatment of the neurosis. I had to pay heavily for this bit of good luck. People did not believe in my facts and thought my theories unsavory. Resistance was strong and unrelenting. In the end, I succeeded in acquiring pupils and building up an international psychoanalytic association. But the struggle is not yet over. Sigmund Freud.
Seeing myself as I had seen for the first time inside of me, I breathed a sigh of relief. There, I sit from the shadow and me, constantly in turmoil, trying to fit one inside the other.
Alright, just turn around and look at me at the camera. It's a good light, I really like that light. And just start. Thank you. Yep. Looks good.
fact, it was in the year 1900, in December, soon after Freud's book about dream interpretation had come out, that I was asked by my chief, Professor Bleuler, to give a review of the book. I studied the book very attentively, and I didn't understand many things in it. It weren't clear at all to me. But from others parts, I got the impression that this man really knew what he was talking about. And I thought that this is certainly a masterpiece, full of future.
Yeah.
I had no idea then of ideas of my own. I was just it was just when I began my career as an assistant in the psychiatric clinic. And then I began with experimental psychology or psychopathology. I applied the experimental association method by Wundt, and the same that has been applied in the Grappelin's psychiatric clinic in Munich. And I had studied the results, and I had the idea one should go once more over it. So I made these association tests, and I found out that the important thing in them has been missed, because it is not interesting to see that there is a reaction, a certain reaction to a stimulus world. That is is more or less uninteresting. But the interesting thing is why people could not react to certain stimulus words, or in an entirely inadequate way. And then I began to study these places in the experiment where the attention or the capability apparently of the test person began to waver or to disappear. And I found soon out that it is matter of intimate personal affairs people were thinking of, or which were in them, even if they momentarily did not think of them, when they were unconscious, with other words, that nevertheless an inhibition came from the unconscious that hindered the expression in speech. Yes. And then I, in examining all these cases as carefully as possible, I saw that it was matter of impressions.
Walk right into the camera, right to the left. Hello? Good. Go. Go.
It's disgusting display.
Give me your, your opinion.
Well, I think so. Yeah, I just think that it's not.
To these clubs that are supposed to be like wonderful. You go out and they're awful. No atmosphere, the music's dreadful. Top 40 music from 10 years ago. But I think what's
Girls with their hair boofed up, dancing, trying to pick up guys, vice versa. There's something fun about it. I wouldn't, Oh, and then they go, whip it! It was the dumbest thing. They all did that. All the guys from Fall Viva. They'd always say that to you. Whip it. If they didn't understand it, that's what they'd say. If they didn't, they just thought you were, I don't know. They thought we were punk rock, right?
8 years ago, and listen to the same music that we were listening to 8 years ago.
Because now it's not BRU.
Right. The cutting edge of rock.
I hate the cutting edge.
It's all music that we listen. It's old. It's old music that we listened to years ago.
It's still good, but I know.
You can move about, go where you want to go. In the summertime, I hate Newport in the summertime. If I had my way, I wouldn't be here in the summertime.
They'd always say that to you. Whip it. If they didn't understand it, that's what they'd say. If they didn't.
Too cold.
It's cold everywhere.
You move too fast. She moves real slow.
I can't remember that one. That one isn't so vivid in my mind. Just her legs were the point. I don't know where she goes. She her face is I think this is how she does it. She goes backwards like this. Her face is out there. They were in. I don't know where she goes. She her face is I think this is how she does it. She goes backwards like this.
Fast. She moves real slow. She always does every time she's there.
So I think this is how she does it. She goes backwards like Her face is like, legs were the poor thing, her legs were like, they were between these two dikes, and they would go,
Yeah.
I don't know. It was so cool. I said, dude, we gotta get out of here. Really bad.
Was it like being on acid?
I thought I was on acid. Not that I really, I don't know.
Come into the room and just about figure out where you're standing. So you're going to stand right there again and just look at yourself seriously in the mirror. Give the room, come back.
You got honey care trouble. Oh, I got a headache just thinking about it. I'm back to that. I can't get away from that theme today. And we couldn't get.
You didn't have the other set because your mother had them when she was in England.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, where? That was funny. What did you?
And they thought you were real. You were really a guy.
That's insulting, isn't it? That's terrible. I don't want to be a guy. I want to be a girl. What were you dressed in?
Oh, I remember.
Richard Swann.
Parties.
Richard Swann.
Oh God, parties at his house. Remember going to the parties at his house? Do you remember when his friend Ellen was here from England?
Oh yeah, she did all that.
It's a Club 9, Lansdowne. It's in Boston.
Yeah, it's now.
It used to be Pipeline. That's what it was. And we went there one night, and this guy came up to the two.
But
And he
I
starts
didn't know what
doing
to do.
this crazy strip dance, and then next thing you know, he goes down on himself, and then the next thing you know, Missy's up there dumping hot wax on
Yourselves. So then we can either, it doesn't matter what it is, because I'll just
Together?
overdub it. Yeah, just stand side by side.
Oh, we both got like little black turtlenecks on. Oh, there's a little antennas on here that like Chinese, right?
What?
The antennas on the building. The kid that was doing it walked right in the middle of the night. He just walked out the door. Yanni did it, but she's good at it.
Don't blame him.
It was good.
I
I'm
am
gonna say
even
that
better.
last night, huh?
I am.
The AC.
If that's good enough footage, I'm just going to stick it right out on cable, and if you have it, you can watch it on Channel 8.
Pretty much the same as ours. Yeah, Winch.
Wench. You have it? I don't know.
I don't have cable. I don't see these
I don't either.
MTV.
I see them in my mind. No.
Yeah,
Good thing I don't take acid. We went out the other night for card with Kristen and Andrew. I told you that.
Where did you go?
We went up to Taj Mahal and
Where's that?
on Wicked Street.
Wicked Inn?
Wicked.
Wicked. It wasn't acid, it was mescaline or something.
Oh yeah, and it wasn't.
And he's going, maybe! Swinging on the chandelier.
He kept calling Jackie Anderson, Mamie Eisenhower, because you put that wig on her and it was all flipped out. It was just like Mamie Eisenhower. And he kept going, Mamie, I'm on acid. That was
Swinging
so
from the
funny.
rafters.
That was the funniest night ever. And
No, actually
Jackie
a
was
couple
so
of nights ago,
pissed.
Halloween with Chris Marlene and Bob Massey was one of the craziest nights ever. Two of them, dressed in drag. Oh my God. On Valiums.
Oh my God.
Driving around
that's
Newport.
what I don't.
With Chris. Chris was driving, I was in the passenger seat, and Bob Massey was rolling around with some guy picked up in the back. Yikes.
Jimmy, just walk right past me now. And there you. All right, now I want you to stay angry and tell me something that makes you angry, because I want to keep the anger there.
That's my theme in life
Is
these
it?
days. That's my theme in life
Is
these
it?
days. Oh, I hate them. Oh, ugh.
Have you ever...
Ugh, huge ones like puppies.
Really? It's ugly.
No one told me about it. No one told me. And I was out there hostessing one day, and one of these puppies went by me and was huge, huge, and I screamed really loud.
Did anybody come?
Well, all the tourists went, like they're sitting outside. Turn that, come on. But he writes lyrics. Rat stories. Millions of them.
Let me see. Yeah.
Millions of them.
Yeah.
They used to come up, even
Another
rat stories.
Yeah.
They used to get into the dining room. There's a little pole that goes down to the water, and the landing's right on the water. So it goes right down in the water. And they used to come up the pole, go across the doorway, and into the kitchen through the outside. It's really disgusting. So I'd see them do that. And I'd have to go seat people and go across the path they'd just gone. So I'd get all like freaked out and like some leap thing when I got to that point. I don't know. It's weird. We used to, in the fall, they're all over the kitchen in the night when you close down. So when you go into the kitchen at night, and you'd like take that last bus bucket in, you'd clang things together and make a lot of noise and scream, "I'm coming in the kitchen now." So.
And they veer off.
The more noise you made, the more chances they'd get scared.
Will you tell me how big they were again?
They were this big, just like my headache.
I've got a rat puppy.
There's a little pole that goes down to the water, and the landing's right on the water.
I like this.
So it goes right down to the water.
Just show me how
They used
far
to
your
come
hands are going
up
to go
the
out.
pole, go across the doorway, and into the kitchen
More.
through the outside. It's really disgusting.
So
I'd see them do that.
And just
And I'd have to go
a
seat
small
people and
section,
go.
but then go and just tell me
Just
again
go on. So I'd get all.
how large they were.
In the fall, they go over the kitchen, at night when you close. In the fall, yeah, it'd be like you'd have to close at night, and it'd get and then when they turn off they would turn off the lights in the kitchen. So then as soon as it got dark in there, they'd come in there and go, you get as bad as making my legs itch. "We're coming in the kitchen now. You better beware." And hopefully you wouldn't see one, because they're huge. The first one I saw was like this. That includes tail, but I love that. Do you know how they got they are called wharf puppies?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and the reason why they're wharf puppies is because one day I think it's down. It might even been. This little kid was eating with his father, and they were sitting there and he's looking out the window and he goes, "Look, Daddy, look at the puppy." And it was a rat. It wasn't a puppy. But that's why they call them wharf puppies, because this kid thought. I started thinking, wonder what was in the bed. Can you imagine? "Look, Daddy, look at the puppy." And it was a rat. "Look, Daddy, look at the puppy." And it was no dog, kid.
You think they're trainable?
I don't know, they don't bark. They used to come up the pole. It was huge. Huge. Just strolling down the avenue?
Yeah.
Just me and my rat? No, gross! And I started thinking, wonder what was in the bed. But they say that dogs look like their owners or vice versa, so that you'd have to it was huge. Huge. It's like my biggest, I had nightmares about them. No one told me about it. No one told me.
Possibly.
I screamed really loud.
It'll be like a conspiracy against them.
The entrance into the dining room, there's a little pole that goes down to the water. And oh, God. And then when you just see everything, they sort of...
way down the hall. Just keep going. Walk all the way down the hall. Just keep going. Great. Great. Come on back.